Oh, can't you see? We're running out of time. You gotta lose your mind if you think you're doing fine. You can't describe it yet, but something is wrong. Where are your dreams now, and why don't you feel strong? Yeah, yeah. Every day, every night, you try to find yourself. Don't live your life as someone else.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of the Wrestling Matters podcast. Now, let me shut that in because I don't like the label of that, but we'll do that. So, yes, welcome to another installment of the podcast, ladies and gents. Hope you're all well. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about today on the podcast EPW. This past week, I went to a wrestling show at the Sport Villiage in my hometown. Why? Because I could. And considering what's been going on with my brother at the moment, I needed something positive. So there you go. Where's the notepad? Where's the notepad? I never know where the notepad is on my phone. There we go. So yeah, it was 5 matches altogether. Good night. Very good night for what they had to work with. As far as the turnout was good. I'm not saying the turnout wasn't good. The turnout was very good. It wasn't to the standards of the previous times I went there. Because it was about 800, 900 at one point. I don't know why that is, but it was a good turnout. I'm not saying it wasn't a good turnout, but it wasn't to the point where the previous 2 times I went there, it was packed. You know, December 4th, packed beyond belief. Early January as well, packed. And even I was there because I was working there. I did steward for him. More on that later. However, we kicked off with Reese Miller, I believe it is. Reese Miller taking on Power Dragon. Now, this went 15 minutes from what I saw. It felt like it went forever. I'll be honest with you. As well. It felt like it went forever. But, yeah. It was decent. A very good match to kick off the show. No question about it. It was a very good match to kick off the show. The pace slowed when Power Dragon got involved. You know, got in control and everything. But, yeah, it was very, very decent. A very decent match to kick off the show. I didn't expect it to be... Well, I didn't expect it to go the way it did. And I didn't expect it to be good. I mean, no disrespect to Miller, Reese Miller, and Power Dragon. I didn't, no disrespect to that. I didn't expect it to be that good. I mean, the main story of the match were basically close near falls. There was a spot in the match where Reese hit the like a soccer volley thing. You know, when you start kick like that. It's basically like an enziguri kind of deal. The crowd was definitely behind Miller. And it was a good length. A little bit of controversy during the match. Because there was a spot where the referee counted to 2. Everybody thought it was 3. And, yeah, Miller got the victory to open the contest. It was back and forth stuff, but I swear, during the match, Miller had about 5, maybe more near falls before he eventually got the win. Before he eventually got the win. And like I say, it was a good match to kick off the show, man. I don't doubt that one bit. A very good match to kick off the show. And Miller got the victory eventually, but it was a hard-fought victory. But, yeah, he got the victory nonetheless. And like I said, good length of time for them as well, and a good match to kick off the show. And that's what you want when it comes to matches like that. That's what you want. You want a good match to kick off the show. Oh, good start to the show at least. The Grunge Brothers and Kraken, which is spelt with a K, not a C. This was just a dominant match. This was like on... Remember back in the day when Superstars used to be on? WWE Superstars used to be on, and used to get people coming in, like, say, for example, Sid Justice at the time would come in and he would beat up a jobber. This is what this was like. Just a big 300-pound guy beating up two jobbers. That's what it was. And that's no disrespect to the Grunge Brothers, but they did look like jobbers to him. They did just look like jobbers. Big jobbers. You know, a big man beating up two guys. It was like a jobs match, pretty much. Yes, Kraken made a mistake one time. He went for a diving headbutt and missed. And they tried to come back. Bless their hearts. They tried to come back. Even tried to double team him and keep it 2-1-1 and everything. Because that's what it was. It was a 2-1-1 match. But they tried to keep it 2-1-1 and try to, you know, push it as far as they can go with it. It didn't work. It didn't work. The 300-pounder with a belly-to-belly. Good grief. I wouldn't like to be on the receiving end of that. And the manager got involved, and the big man took advantage of it, and then a bonsai drop on both of them. He stacked them up in the corner, and bonsai dropped them, both of them. It's amazing he didn't break them in half. And he got the victory. It was just, like that's what it was. It was like being on, like I say, it was like being on Superstars and them little rinky-dink little shows. And Kraken was facing two jobbers, and the jobbers were putting them over. That's what it was. It was like Chris turned around and said to him, "Here, I'm going to put you with these two. Go out. You've got whatever minutes you had left." According to the video, it was 8 minutes, 37 seconds. Because I'll drop the links in the description box below. According to that, it was that. And it was, here, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Do your thing. Boom, boom, boom. Enjoy. You know, put him over. And they did, pretty much. Third match, I got Joe Bates out of it, but according to the video, it's Joe Biggs. Joe Biggs, Jimmy Jackson, and a guy who I'm a fan of, MVK Valkyries as well. It was a three-way dance, even though technically it is a triple threat elimination match. But back in the day, ECW used to call this a three-way dance. And yeah, it was probably my favourite match of the night. No disrespect to the main event or the fourth match. But yeah, it was probably my favourite match of the night, if I'm being honest with you. Biggs had a one-on-one with Jackson as well during the match as well. But starting off, Val showed who was boss in the ring. Until they both double-teamed him and everything. And then it was Jackson and Biggs one-on-one. Jackson goes for a dive. Val stops it with a knee. Just hits him with a knee and then shows his dominance on both of them. Jackson pinned Biggs to get the elimination in. Great counters in this match too, especially with Val versus Jackson one-on-one. A lot of good counters. Val with awesome power. Because there was a few things he was trying to do. Jackson was trying to do like a springboard and jump off the ropes and everything, and even jump off the turnbuckle at times. And Val would just catch him like if he was like a rag doll, just caught him in there and everything. And Val hits the DVD for the win after the counter as well. He countered it, got him up in the air, and flipped him over, and then hit the DVD and got the victory. He got Jackson in. He beat Jackson at the end. Val's just so good. He really is. Val could be in the WWE tomorrow. You know, check out this man on YouTube, man. Look him up. MVK Valkyries. I've had the pleasure of being in the ring with him too. I'll get my ass whooped, and that's on YouTube too. I was watching it yesterday because there's two videos on my YouTube, on the EPW YouTube channel. One has 265 views, which was the Battle Royal that I did once upon a time. And the popular videos as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8. Mine is 8th most popular video as well, and that was the angle I did with the Mass Destroyer and Vixen, which was in Bellingham, if I remember correctly, as well. So that's cool to see. But that Battle Royal that I did, look it up. Guys, I'll give you the title now. Just give me a second. It was 200 and odd views. It was about 265, if I remember correctly. 265. No, 266. 265, 266. Just look up Battle Royal, EPW Battle Royal, and you'll see me running out with the NWO t-shirt. And now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I was meant to be there that night, because I showed up after the thing and I was meant to do a podcast, but he goated me into the ring, didn't he? So, whatever. I just went in with what I had, and I got my ass whooped by Val as well. And then it was that spot in the night where he went to throw me out. But as he threw me out, I lost my balance, and I hit my cheek on the ropes. Go back and watch it. You could see me hitting my cheek on the middle rope. I fall down, and I whack my cheek on the middle rope. It was just so fucking stupid. But he eventually got me out. But, yeah, I lost my balance. But it was hilarious, though. It was fucking hilarious, though. It's hilarious looking back on it, but yeah, Val, the man, and like I say, if you ever get to see this guy in person, guys, go and see him. Whether he comes to your area or if you're up here in Middlesbrough as well, go and see him. If he's on board, he's very good at what he does. Not bad from someone from Leeds, no disrespect. Anyway, 10-minute interval after that as well, and we went to the next match, which was Billy Moshpit with Kneecapper Murphy, a.k.a. Little Legs. Guess that's his new gimmick now, I suppose. And he went one-on-one with Super Mac. Now, feeling out process at the start of the match, an advantage went to Super Mac. Kneecap Murphy, aka Little Legs, pulled an Eddie Guerrero in the middle of the match, which I'm sorry, but was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. He runs around. There was a spot where he ran around the ring, and I think Mac was chasing him, and he got back in the ring again. He managed to get in the ring with the baseball bat. He had a baseball bat in his hand. Mac goes to grab him. Legs looks at him, throws the bat on him, and falls down like Eddie Guerrero. And the referee caught him. And I think Moshpit turned the referee around to catch him. It was funny as hell. Just seeing that happen, man, it was great. And Billy did take advantage of that. Near falls in this match, but not as much as there was in the first match with Miller getting the near falls. There wasn't as much as near falls in this match than there was in the first. But there was near falls, mostly from Super Mac. Although Billy got a few in too. I'm not going to discount that. Billy did get a few in too. Spot in the match as well when Mac went to the outside, and Little Legs, Kneecap Murphy just beat the piss out of him with that baseball bat on the outside, to the point where the crowd got up and the kids got up in the end and started to yell and shout, and he definitely got a reaction out of that. Miscue between Legs and Pit gave Mac the advantage. Mac was getting close with these near falls, man. I mean, go back and watch the match and see for yourself, see if it was a judge between yourself where was it the same on here as well? Was it the same in that respect? Which one was closest? I reckon Miller's near falls was more closer, but that's just me. And then Mac eventually got the win. Super Mac eventually got the win with the pedigree and got the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, all in all, a very good match. Was it average? Is that wrong in saying it? No, it was a wrestling match, but nothing much in the match. You know, good back and forth stuff, but you know, I'll be honest with you. Considering how it turned out in the third match, I was actually expecting Billy to win that match, but he didn't. And Matt got the victory as well with the pedigree. And like I said, fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. Also in the final match, which was the main event, Tiny Iron. And like I've said many times, it's hard to call somebody tiny when they have arms the size that he does. And he's also Rihanna's former bodyguard, from what I was told. Tokyo Joe, Chris Colley, as well. Yeah. Big Bubba Dean, who was fucking hilarious, full stop. Okay? Babyface, he's played babyface, he's been heel. He is fucking hysterical. Go and see this man. You know, I think he's better as a heel. You know, he's been babyface a few times too, but I think he's better as a heel. I really do. I think he's better, zillion, trillion times better as a heel. And that's saying a lot. But I think he's really better as a heel. He's fucking hilarious, though. He really is just fucking hilarious and fucking hysterical to watch. I could watch him all day, man, because he's just so good. Davey Blaine's in the match too as well, but he's been feuding with Tokyo Joe. And this was for the Unified Championship. I believe the British title was on the line. I could be wrong. But there was another title on the line, but the main title was the World Championship. The World Championship was in the mix of that as well. The World title was on the line too. Not really much in this matchup. It is every man for themselves. Tiny with the power, because everybody like jumped on Tiny at first, Tiny Iron, and he got fucking power slams and showed off his power to it. Even Blaine went wrestling with their Tiny as well. But yeah, Big Bubba and Joe eventually started teaming up on Tiny Iron. They both got kendo sticks and started whacking Tiny Iron with him, and even Davey Blaine as well. Not like I said, not much in this match. That was the wow factor, apart from the suplex by Tokyo Joe on Davey Blaine, which I swear that when he landed on there, I swear something broke on the ladder. I'll be honest with you, something really broke on the ladder from what I saw, because he didn't land like flat on the ladder. I think he landed on the side of the ladder, and something. I swear from what I saw, something snapped on the ladder. But yeah, they did a double suplex as well, Joe and Bubba, which was pretty impressive, and that was the only way you're going to get Tiny Iron over, which was a double suplex. I'm sorry, you're not doing it by yourself. Unless he works with you and does that, but yeah. As well, and like I said, not really much. There was a fight on the outside at times and fight in the ring. And Tiny won the Unified title with a double choke slam on Joe and Big Bubba. Big Bubba Dean, and got the victory and got the win. And won the match, if you will. And became the Unified Champion. You have to respect Tiny though, because he's the type of guy. I think the boss, the promoter, told me one time he got to come here to do the shows up here in Middlesbrough. I think he rented a house here in Middlesbrough just so he can come up here and do these shows. When he's booked to come up here and everything like that, he comes up here, goes to the house. You know, chills out in the house and everything. And when he does the shows and boom, 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 and then he goes and does what he needs to do. So he's a smart cat. He's a smart dude to come up here and get a house just so he can come up here or rent a house out and get up here and do to do these shows, man. That's a smart move. That's a smart way of going things, because it saves you a job to go back and forth. I mean, you can come up here, stay up here for a week, and then do the show and without any worries, and then go back down to where you came from, or what you have to do what you have to do down there without any issues and without any rushing around as well. So yeah, smart dude, very smart dude. But yeah, all in all, a good show. I enjoyed it, and considering what was going on with my brother, I needed to enjoy some stuff. Other than that, was very good. It wasn't the best show. I believe the previous two shows that I went, fourth and January or February, I believe it was, this year. Was good. But, yeah, other than that, was what it was, really. I saw something as well, because you want to meet the steward that night. Sorry about that, guys. You want to meet the steward that night, but I didn't want to do it because of my stuff that's going on with my brother. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I just wanted to enjoy myself that night. I probably would have done it anyway. I might do the one in Recca in July. Apparently they're going back to Recca in July. I might take a swing by there, and I want to go and see the new establishment they have down there as well, because they're not in the Tuned In anymore. And with all due respect to the Tuned In Recca, I never really liked that fucking place, to be honest with you. It was good for what it was, getting 100 and odd people in, but come on, you want more. You want more than that, and they went and got more. And obviously, I don't know. I don't know the size of it. I don't know how much it holds, and I'll probably see it when I go and see it for myself. But yep, he's got a new area in Recca as well, which I'm glad for, because, like I said, I never liked the Tuned In. I didn't get a good vibe out with the Tuned In. I did go down there once to see the show, when it was at the Tuned In, but I didn't get a good vibe out of it, to be honest with you. And I've seen it a few times on YouTube as well, because they had the matches up on the YouTube channel, and YouTube did not do that place justice, let's just say that. But yeah, I was observing that night as well, besides watching the shows, because you got one of the wrestlers to do the what they call it. You got one of the wrestlers to do the security that night as well, and I was observing him, and he had a smart move where when I did the stewarding that day on the show, I sat right in the front row, right in the middle, to stop the kids from going in. What I should have done was what he did that night, and that was walk all the way around to prevent the kids going in. That's what I probably should have done. So if I go there again, which I will, and I do a steward there, which will more than likely be in Recca, it depending if all this dies down, of course, all that's been going on, I might do that. Just walk around, like be the enforcer, and just walk around and just move people back and everything like that, and not sit there like a complete idiot like I was. But yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, good GG's on that one to the security dude there, because I did take notes, if you will, take some mental notes, and he had the right idea, because that's what I should have done. I didn't think. That's what I should have done. So that was smart on that respect as well. And yeah, all in all, a good show. With all that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in. The next couple of weeks on this podcast, I've already got 2 episodes lined up. The biggest signings in WCW's history, or 10 biggest WCW signings, and the NWO worst to best. The NWO members that were worst to best, both according to Cultaholic Wrestling as well. So I'll do the NWO one next week, and the WCW one the week after. So, yeah, I'm good for next week as well. And plus, I'll talk about any other stuff that I need to talk about as well. So, with that being said, guys, thank you all so much. I am not a legend when it comes to podcasting, and I don't self-proclaim myself to be a legend, unlike some other people, you know, claim to be a TikTok legend and all that, which is the biggest bunch of bullshit ever, because all they do is... let's just say all they do is ram people down if they don't agree. And God help this TikTok legend if his TikTok gets past 1K. Yeah. So bland, so boring, and all you do is run people down if they don't agree with you. Debate my ass. TikTok legend, my ass you are, pal. And I don't consider myself, what you see on this podcast is what you get. I don't consider myself to be a legend. I just talk about wrestling and have fun doing it, unlike some other people. TikTok legend, my ass you are, pal. Till next time, guys. TikTok legend, Promo Mania, shove that up your ass. On here, you get real opinions and debates about professional wrestling. You know why? Because wrestling matters. See you next time.
Can't you see we're running out of time? they